July 20th, 2002, I was assaulted by a young lady, a female. Unbeknownst to me, she was the girlfriend of a guy I had been dealing with, and she pours a concoction of liquid red devil eye mixed with Clorox. She calls my name and she dashes this on me.
So I'm like, shoot, I gotta be a man now.
I come out the coma, but I come out the coma totally blind.
Welcome back, Stingers. I'm sitting here in bed and I'm thinking about a lot of things. I'm thinking about my childhood. I'm thinking about my teens, my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, which, in a blink of an eye will be over, in a couple of years. And I talk about relationships a lot, and that is the basis for pretty much everything that I do, and pretty much everything that we are. We are in the physical life to co create with others, to build, to have experiences, to have success, to, evolve, really. And there's just so much going on. There's so much that people aren't talking about. There's a lot of suppressed feelings. YouTube is a place for so many things. YouTube is a place of purging. It's a place of inspiration. It's a place to reach so many people. I would not have been able to touch many of you guys' lives had I not been on YouTube. So many of you are, from so many different countries. A lot of you guys I've met from all over the world on YouTube and off of YouTube. And, sometimes I get really intriguing, emotional, touching videos that pop up in my feed on Instagram and YouTube. I mean, all over social media. And it just kind of sparks a lot of thought and reflection of where I've come from. You guys know that I have 4 published books that I published in 2022. Dating Scorpio. I take you through 14 different relationships that I've had in my deep past. And some of them are romantic relationships. Some of them are just friendships. Some of them are, work relationships. But I show you a lot of different angles of how I treated myself, how I treated others, how I responded to different scenarios, different types of emotions. And I showed you a lot within these stories: accountability, non accountability, blame game. I mean, and in my book, Rise from the Ashes, I take you back. I take you back to square one. And we talk about so many things. Where we get this low self-esteem. When and where do we start chipping away at who we are? How did we develop indoctrinated beliefs and start living through the eyes and the vision of someone else? And how we take that out into the world, into our relationships, and how vital it is to strip yourself all the way down to nothing, to break yourself down and rebuild. And I use this phrase a lot because in order to move forward in a healthy space where you have self-love, acceptance, and you are able to communicate your feelings and look at your relationships in a very powerful, honest, real, and loving space, and you're able to build healthy boundaries for yourself, out of self love, out of respect. And you're able to do this only when you can make space to build that. And you cannot have an unhealthy mind living in a healthy body. It just doesn't work that way, guys. And then we move on to I'm Not Crazy, and we talk about language, and we talk about how you develop such strong negative language that you use on yourself, how you build a cage around yourself, how every day you speak to yourself in a certain way, and you've adopted this language, and how to strip yourself of that and honor your truest self. My most recent book, Nobody Can Hurt Me, Scorpio's Guide to Healing with Affirmations. I show you how I created a life around affirming and talking to myself and doing mirror work. And I share with you some really, really powerful affirmations for a lot of different scenarios in your life, whether that's health or love or friendship or wealth. And every single day I use these. There's not a day or a moment that goes by that I don't use affirmations. And guess what, guys? Sometimes I I need them more than ever, because I do not have a perfect life. There's no such thing. I have a lot of challenges. You guys know I'm a Capricorn rising, and I'm a stellium in the 10th house. I have a lot of responsibility, and I've always had a lot of responsibility. And I've stepped into the shoes of someone who can handle it. And so I have challenges that come my way every day, every day. And I don't believe your average person could deal with what I deal with and what I've dealt with in the manner that I do. In the manner that I do. But I'm not saying every day is easy, because it's not. Life isn't easy all the time. In general, I have an easy life, but I deal with so many things. And that brings me to this clip that I heard, and this is a clip of a woman. And I'm not sure if this is a documentary that is now airing or will air. I know that this is the mother of a football player, and I don't know much of their story. However, this clip just reminded me of so many different things. And right now, I'm on holiday in the Caribbean, and I had a very negative situation that is affecting me deeply for a myriad of reasons. You know, I'm in a place that this is my second time here, and I had a great experience the first time. And I'm in the type of place, and I hate this word. I don't want to say I hate it. I dislike the word humble, because it is used. I feel like it's negative. I really dislike it. But I am going to use it here, and I use some language only because you guys can relate to it. You're familiar with it. It is part of your vocabulary. And so I'm going to use the word humbling. This place will definitely, definitely humble you in a lot of ways and make you extremely appreciative of your life, which I am, whether I'm here or anywhere else or not. I really, really am. I know that the way that I live in New York City is not the norm. And I will say that not because I am living like Paris Hilton or anything like that, but I will say that just the structure of my life, the ease of my life is not the norm. I know that it isn't. I know too many people are struggling with bills, with self-esteem issues and things like that. And I know that. I know that I've built a life of ease and that was my purpose. And I really do appreciate every single thing that I have. I never take my apartment for granted. I never take my health for granted. I never take people who inspire me or care about me for granted. I always reach out and touch base with people. I never take my career that I've built for myself for granted, no matter where I am in my life. I never take it. Every day I wake up, I say, this is another beautiful day in the physical life. I appreciate being here because I know I have so much work to do and so many more people to touch. And this place, they don't have a lot. And for me to spend a good amount of time here, I'm here for the whole entire winter. I don't know when you're going to listen to this. I don't even know if I'm going to release it, but I am just here really having a lot to say to you. And I'm always honest with you, and I always tell you from where the message derives when I do have information to give you. And you guys know a lot about my past. If you've read my books, I talk about it in my videos. I talk about things. And so I've had some challenges here with a stalker. You guys know I had a stalker for 2 years in New York City. And it broke me down for a minute because I felt unsafe for the first time. And I'm a very comfortable person. You could throw me in a room full of any personality you want, and I could you know thrive. Like, not just that. Never mind that. Never mind thriving. Like, I could dominate. You know what I mean? That's how comfortable I am. But when someone strips you of like your personal power, it just feels different. And that stalker in New York, I did a video about it, and I had to pull out every affirmation I could, honey, for that. I'm telling you. I had to pull new tricks out the bag. I was in the mirror just all day about that because it just did something to me. And I don't like to be fearful of anything. I don't like to be cornered. I'm a Scorpio. Ooh, the worst thing you can do is put us in a corner, honey. And with no way out. With no way out. I'll kill my way out. I'll kill my way out. Me and you. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm dying, honey, you gonna make room for you in that casket. Believe it. And so I had a situation here, which it's a shame. It really is a shame because I'm a friendly person. I think I'm a friendly person, and I help a lot of people, and I smile a lot, and people are attracted to me, and I'm here minding my cute business and trying to get away from the hustle. And I'm actually working on something amazing that I'm so proud of. It's coming together so beautifully, exactly the way that I want it to. And I'm walking down the street minding my business. And I told you guys, I was approached by somebody and they seemed friendly. And I was just like, okay, cool, blah, blah, blah. Turned out to be a very aggressive person. And I told them, I don't want to share energy with you. You're aggressive. You're disrespectful. No, thank you. And it's just, they just wouldn't stop. It just wouldn't stop. And so I know this sounds like a long intro, but you guys know I'm always going somewhere. I never waste my words, okay? They're too important. So stay with me. Stay with me. So I'm on social media, and I've been in the public eye before I was on social media in some regards. I was a model girl for a long time in New York, and I've been on TV. I've done a myriad of commercials. I've been on TV series. And so my face is out there regardless. My name is out there. I've been a published writer since 2004. So my name is there. I can be Googled. I'm the easiest person to find, guys. I don't hide. I'm the easiest person to find. I'm published. And so I understand that people have specific relationships with me. Okay, I don't know any of you guys. I've never seen you in my life. Some of you I've met, and I'm talking about just a handful that I can identify in a lineup. The rest of you, I don't know you from shit. Okay? You see me on YouTube every day, or you listen to me, and you've created a relationship with me. You've created some sentiments for me. You know about my past. You see photos on my Instagram. I share sometimes, photos of when I was younger. When we do throwback Thursdays, I talk about my past in my books. I don't know you guys at all. If you walked up to me, I couldn't identify you. Okay? So a lot of the times, I believe they call that normal relationships. I don't paranormal. I have no idea what it's called. It should be called paranormal, because it's fucking creepy. Okay, it's creepy enough to be on the subway and have people sitting next to you, and then they send you an email saying, "Oh, I was watching you all day." For me, it's disturbing. It is. It is disturbing. It's like it strips your peace. And you could say, well, that's the price you pay for being in the public eye. And I guess it is. I guess it is the price I pay. I guess it is. It's the price I pay for wanting to be on YouTube and share with you guys and help you transform and be better. I guess that's the price I pay. I guess it's the price that everybody else pays who's on YouTube or on TV or whatever. Okay, I guess that is. To have a creep sitting next to you and watching you all fucking day through your subway ride or whatever, or come outside your apartment. I mean, I would never do it. I would never do it. I've never done anything like that. But this is what it is. But so many of you guys in your lives have formed relationships with individuals that were not equal. Sometimes we label this unrequited love, where you may get really attached to someone and they don't even know your name, or you've quote unquote fallen in love, which isn't really love, with somebody, and you expect them to feel that way about you. You see them and you've created scenarios. You dream about them, you write about them, you're putting your last name with their first name, and you're going on social media and you're naming your babies that don't exist. I mean, these things are happening all the time in your minds. In your minds, you're daydreaming, you're creating affection for somebody, and when they don't pay attention to you, you don't know where to place those emotions. This stuff can get very dangerous, guys. It's not a joke. This is why when you send me messages or under my videos, you're like, this guy's obsessed with me. Like, I don't know why you think that's funny. I don't know why you would want that. I don't like stalkers. I don't like obsession. I don't like people following me around. I don't like being approached by aggressive individuals. And when I say I don't like you, that's what the fuck I mean. I don't like you and I don't want anything to do with you. And there's a period at the end of that sentence. There isn't any, oh, come on, you feel the same way. I don't like this. I don't like this. So you listen to this clip and here's a woman who, gosh, and you can go and look this up yourself. She looks terrible. And this is horrible what happened to her. I don't know the severity of the conversation. I don't know what happened. I don't know the whole story, guys. I don't know the whole story. There are a couple of people who frequent the subway and they look horrible. And they hold up a sign and they say, I was attacked with acid. And my first response, or anybody's first response, is to feel sorry for them and say, oh my gosh, that's terrible. But I don't know what this person did. I don't. I don't know if he raped a little girl and this was his payback. I don't know if he tried to attack someone and this is how they responded to him. I don't know the whole story. So here's a woman who admits that she was dealing with someone who was in a relationship. And I bring this up because many of you send me emails about you being in a relationship with married damn men. And you're proud. By the way, excuse the noise. I'm in a central area, so it's very noisy, and the walls are super thin. I can hear someone sneeze from upstairs. It's just the way it is, guys. This is, I can't complain. I'm here in 85-degree weather, while in New York it's like 20 degrees. This is my life. Anyway, there's somebody dragging a chair. Gosh. Listen to me. Somebody threw a substance that put her in a fucking coma. She was dealing with somebody's boyfriend. Goodness. And a lot of you guys, you think this is funny. You think this is a joke. You do. I don't want to talk to a man at all who, number one, just got out of a relationship. I don't know what that relationship was. Some people will hang on to a relationship for 10, 15 years. They will not let go. Some people are still married and lie about that. Some people, come attached really, really fast, and you don't know what that man, what he was doing. He was still sleeping with that other woman. He might have been married to that other woman. I don't know what happened. But then you get in the crossfire of it, and you get something thrown in your face, and you go into a coma, and she'll never see again. She's blind. She came out of the coma blind. And now this is her reality. And is she still with that man? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. You think he's here to hold her hand and guide her? Nope. Nope. All that for what? You ruin your life for what? And you look at these relationships, and some of them are just so unhealthy. I got this guy following me around. One conversation, and all of a sudden he's so fucking smitten. And it's not flattering at all. It's actually pretty disgusting. And I don't like the feeling of having to look over my shoulder and think, I don't like that. And I've had to say so many affirmations to rid myself of this ugly energy. And I have to continue to say it. I'm safe. I'm protected. I'm loved. The universe has my back. Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's so many. I've been pulling them out the hat. Just been pulling them out the hat. And I don't know, there's so many people watching me. So many people watching you. You're watching so many people. You're on their social media. You're enthralled with them. You don't know them. They don't know you. Have zero of a relationship. You think you have one. Okay? You think you have one. And anything can happen to you. When I was, I don't even know how old I am. You got to do the math, guys. I'm not even in the frame right now of mind to be doing math. But this was one of my first jobs working in corporate fashion. I worked for a showroom. This was back in the 90s, in the late 90s. I believe it was 99. And the showroom owner was shot in the head. He was shot in the back of the head. And he told me the story. He was with a young lady that he claimed he was dating. And her ex-boyfriend, she said he was an ex. But see, everybody doesn't agree with that. And he got in the crossfire. The ex came back and attacked her. He jumped in the middle and got shot in the head. Now, he lived. Half the bullet is still in his brain. If they would have removed it, he would have died. But he's walking around with a bullet in his brain. He's not with the woman. He's not married to the woman. All because she was with some guy, and I believe she was still with him, and he got caught in the middle. This is a mess. This is a mess. There's so much of a mess in this tiny little clip. It's a mess of the emotions that are out of control. People are so angry. They get so volatile. They get so vengeful. You guys read my book, Dating Scorpio. Look at those scenarios. Look at those scenarios, guys. I could have been vengeful, dangerously vengeful with any of them had I not found a place to put those emotions. People have hurt me my whole life. My whole life. I got 47 years worth of stories that you haven't even heard, guys. I've got stories that I haven't even shared. And someone asked me about my intensity and what I do. I said, I'm telling you, I had to find a place for everything because there would have been a lot of dead people had I not. A lot of dead people in prison time and whatever else that would have come because of the damage. You have to find a placement for these feelings. Throwing acid in someone's face. I've never told this story. I had my car slashed by a woman. She took a key or a knife, honey. And I had a beautiful sports car that my mother bought me in college. Beautiful sports car. Ugh. It was maroon. A beautiful maroon color. And there was a man that I had a temporary thing with. And he said he was single. He really did. I don't deal with married men or men in relationships. I find no significance in that. I don't get excited by that. Some of you women are screwing these married men and you feel empowered. Like, I don't, no thank you. There's so many single men out here. I mean, you got the pick of the litter with these single men. I don't know why you would run for a married man. That's a whole other video. It's a whole other conversation. Oh. So this young lady, I went to pick up some food from his apartment because he worked at a restaurant. She saw my car there, honey, and she keyed that motherfucker from front to back. From front to back. And I will say this. I will say this, that it ended up in court, and her lawyer pulled out a wad of fucking cash and put it in my hand to pay for that paint job, honey. And that's how it ended. And she was not embarrassed. He was embarrassed. I never dealt with him again. It's not worth it. That king, my car, that could have been my face. I would have never been in a magazine again, honey. I would have never, ever. See, I would have never, okay? I would have never been in a national commercial again with my face cut the hell up. She, those emotions. And the guy didn't even want her. You know what I mean? Like, look at this shit. So many things you guys are doing. You're out keying cars. You're out slashing tires. You're busting windows. I had my windows bust out by a guy. He got so fucking emotional. And all I heard was cling, cling, cling. Ooh. I called the police so fast. And then he got arrested. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because I'm quick to call the cops. I'm quick to put you in jail. I don't play those games. But look at the emotions. And I've been really emotional. I have. I ain't gonna sit here and start telling a whole bunch of damn lies. Nope, I'm not. Um, I have been. I've showed up at somebody's house. I remember once. Really embarrassing. So embarrassing. And I was young. I was a teenager. Really fucking embarrassing looking back at that scenario. I wasn't trying to hurt him. I never, you know what I mean? It was pointless. It was stupid. And that person was emotional towards me. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that's over. Ended. Oof. And so, damn. Emotions so intense that you go to somebody, you call out their name, and you pour substance in their face enough to fucking blind them and put them in a coma. That is deep, guys. It's deep. It's deep when you slash cars and you slash tires and you show up and you shoot someone and you stalk someone, you're on social media, you're looking for them constantly. Your brain is on this person 24/7. You're going to their fucking apartments, banging on their door. That's what tripped me out. And I have a lot of stuff to do because this person, just one conversation did all that. Did all that. And I don't want no issues, honey, especially while I'm out of my jurisdiction. I'm not in the USA. I'm not. I'm not on my turf, which I think makes me feel more uncomfortable. Is I'm not on my turf. Like, I feel like that when I'm outside in New York. It doesn't even matter if I'm in the US. Like, if I'm in another state, I feel out of my jurisdiction. Like, oh my gosh, just drop me back off in New York. I don't give a fuck what borough. I don't care where I am. I feel safe in New York. Period. But if I'm somewhere else and some shit go down, I don't like this. And there's so much here, guys. I could pull a clip that's 10 seconds long and just so many things come up. You got jealousy, you got revenge, you got people who are out of control. They have no control. Your emotions are out of fucking control. And this is why when you get into my comment section of my videos and you start running your mouth and saying these things, you start calling the other woman a bitch and this, that, and the other, and you're looking for her. You're looking to fight somebody who's sleeping with your so-called boyfriend instead of doing a Lorraine Bobbitt on his ass, which you shouldn't even do. She was married, by the way. It's a whole other video. But if you got some fucking boyfriend, honey, you can't file him on your taxes. You got no jurisdiction. It's better to walk away. If someone tells me to my face, I don't like you and I don't want to see you again, I will never talk to them again, ever. Ever. That's all you got to say to me. I'm not going to be like, but why? Sometimes you guys, you're like, but why won't he talk to me? He just said he doesn't fucking want to talk to you. What is wrong with you? I want to shake you. I just want to grab you and just shake you and keep shaking you until your brain clicks into place. Why is this stuff so challenging to comprehend? No means no. And if you see someone, you meet someone, I met someone. I said, when was your last relationship? They told me 2 years ago. So they claim they haven't been in a relationship in 2 years. Yet that was a lie. It was a lie. It was a lie. You gotta leave these people alone. It's not worth it. None of the shit is worth it. Being emotional over. None of it. I promise you guys. I promise you as a middle-aged woman. As a middle-aged woman. who took over a decade. Took over a decade to get to the point where I know who I am. I have strong boundaries. One aggressive conversation is all I need, honey, to get you out of my life. I never want you near me again. You're a liar. I only need one lie. You block me, that's all I need, honey. You ghost me, that's all I need. You silence, that's all I need. I don't want to keep coming back for more pain. It does not feel good. It's not who I am. And I will leave you guys with that. I'm going to do my affirmations before I go to sleep because I'm going to get up and I'm going to go for a run. And I'm going to have a good time at the beach tomorrow. And I'm going to try to get all of my energy back because some of it was chipped away. And I don't like that feeling at all. I don't like that feeling. Some of you guys, if you're on the other end of the coin where you keep bothering people and you keep following them and doing this shit, you need to stop. That's not fabulous behavior. That's pathetic. You got to get in your mirrors. You got to. ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com. All of my books are available. And they're all available on audiobook if you don't read, honey. If you don't like reading. I'm an avid reader. I love words. But if you just want to sit back and listen, I got you. And sooner than later, guys. All right. I'll see you in my next podcast.